Yeah, thank you, Russ. We are a couple of minutes away from kick-off here in the second leg of these playoffs. The first, of course, team to find their way to Wembley will be discovered tonight. Wickham very much in the ascendancy. It's the 36th edition of the third-tier playoffs. And as we mentioned, there is the spectre. Should MK Dons win this fixture by 2 goals, that we'll be heading to extra time. 13 of the semi-finals over the years have gone to extra time, 9 of which have been decided on penalties. A long way to go before we reach that stage, though. The two teams arrive. MK Dons, of course, all in white, and Wickham are in that traditional 2 shades of blue, and peel away to the left-hand side, where their travelling support of just over 2,000, I think it's 2,200 fans in total, occupy the upper tier away to our left-hand side here in Stadium MK. Let's just remind you of the two teams then. We'll start with the home side, who've got this 2-goal deficit to overturn, and it's 2 changes for them today. Kasumu and McEachran, of course, who suspended, are missing. So Cumming is in goal. O'Hara, Darling and Lewington are the back 3. Kessler, Hayden and Harvey are the 2 wing-backs. Coventry and Boateng, who's one of those changes, in the centre, with Theo Corbano behind Troy Parrott and Scott Twine for this MK Dons side, as they go in desperate search, of course, of the goals to either take this game to extra time or to secure a first trip to Wembley in the playoffs. 4 times previously they've been unsuccessful. Ravizoli is the keeper on the bench, along with Tanai Watson, Matt Smith, David Kasumu, Aidan Baldwin, Dan Kemp and of course Connor Wickham. As for Wickham Wanderers then, unchanged from that victory on Thursday night, David Stockdale is in goal, Jason McCarthy, Anthony Stewart, Ryan Tapazzoli and Joe Jacobson across the back. Dominic Gate and Josh Gowan will be the 2 holding midfielders, and then it will be Gareth McCleary, Darryl Horgan and Jordan Abita who will provide the support to Sam Vokes, who will be looking to add to his 16 goals already this season. Tyler Dickinson is the reserve keeper, alongside Jack Grimmer, David Wheeler, Lewis Ring, Soleil Kakai, Adebayo Akinfenwa, of course, who could be playing his final game tonight. He retires at the end of this season from Wickham Wanderers and from football, and Chris Marino is the other of the substitutes. The man in charge today is our referee. He is from Sheffield. It's Thomas Bramall. He's only sent off 6 people in 31 games this season, which is quite impressive, and he will take charge of affairs here at Stadium MK. Those clouds that were here earlier have gone. It's beautiful blue skies. It's a Sunday evening, and it's a moment for both of these teams, an opportunity as they take the knee. Wickham and MK Dons gather together to show that we will not stand for any form of discrimination in football or in life in general. You can hear the atmosphere building around us. As I said, they think there'll be around 13,000 here tonight, which is lower than what they were getting, obviously, when they were in higher tiers previously. And they are hoping to get back their MK Dons, and they've got 90 minutes to turn this one round. It's half-time in this first League One playoff tie. 90 minutes between now and a place at Wembley for one of these sides, or maybe we're going to be heading to extra time and potentially to penalties. A man who's won in the playoffs twice, Chris Wellamo, is alongside me.
Yeah, it's going to be outstanding, isn't it? It's about how the players just manage the game. You know, I think Wickham already can see very, very high in the facing. MK Dons have that ability. Corbano now come down at hand side.
Yeah, Corbano has won his side a corner. Immediately on that right hand side, away in the far distance, where those lower tiers are empty, just grey and black seats on that far side, and it's the first corner of the game, and it's gone to MK Dons inside the first 60 seconds here, and it's going to be delivered by Scott Twine.
Well, it's excellent from MK Dons. You know, I was a little bit critical saying that they overplay in the defensive area, but they managed to play through the thirds there. Corbano got it down the right hand side. He beat his man Jacobson. I think the cross should come in, but he wants to take him on the game, but he has won the corner.
And it's the flick corner, it's in the crossbar, and it's broken down on this far side, and it's picked up on this left hand side by Boateng. Holds the ball up, looking to try and get the cross in, which he does towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and it has to be put behind for a second corner. And what a start for MK Dons.
Well, it's Darling, isn't it? He's just went, he's made contact, The keeper is beaten there. It comes off the crossbar. I've got to say Boateng was alive to it, picked it up. But what I will say, great work from Boateng. Fires the ball back across in from the left-hand side. Someone's got to be going across the front. You know, the keeper was in the middle of the goal. They get a touch there, that's in the back of the net. But I think it was Sam Vokes that actually just stopped it coming across from the near post area.
Darling almost scoring his 8th goal of the season with that header. It's a really good corner, and here comes another one from Twine as well. And it's headed away at the back stick, and it comes out towards the edge of the penalty area. And it was Kane Kessler-Hayden who swung his boot at it to try the shot. Ball comes back here to Connor Coventry, and right-footed he'll play that diagonally across the penalty area. Skips out the back on this near side. Here's Corbana again inside the penalty area on his left foot, dinks it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Stewart, back across the face of goal and taken down by Darling. Out as far as Coventry, 25 yards out from goal. Left-footed, just plays that ball in. Nice flick on down this left-hand side. Cabano is there again, just teasing the Canadian, just working it back onto his right foot. Now an opportunity to cross maybe for Daniel Harvey. Instead he plays it into the feet of Connor Coventry. Out wide on the left-hand side again. MK Dons just looking to try and find that opening, and the cross is blocked out on this near side by Darryl Horgan, and it's a third corner of the game inside the first 3 minutes here for the MK Dons.
What's excellent pressure, isn't it? The ball's coming in, it's getting kept alive. There's good awareness, little flick-ons. You know, Cobrano there was excellent. Aim product, getting at his man, little step overs, crosses coming in, and it was Daniel Harvey there that's again tried to get the cross in as soon as the opportunity presented itself.
It's a decent corner. It's picked on by Darling at the back post, back across towards Darling again, and Stewart gets it away. It's headed down that time by Horgan as they try to break towards McCleary, but it doesn't come off for Wickham, and they have to again deal with the pressure at the edge of the penalty area, and it's a volley clear on this occasion right from the edge of that box by Scowen.
Well, Darling again, isn't it, from that corner, he was actually finding himself under the ball. I think if he timed it better, he could actually possibly steer that goalwards, but he just helped it on. It's come back to him, but he just wasn't on his toes enough to kind of react to the ball coming back into that danger area. Like you say, they've started very well, the pressure's on. It's important that they get that goal in these moments when they're on top.
Remember, the only place you can hear all the EFL playoff semi-finals and finals are across the TalkSport network, your home of the EFL, and we are almost 4 minutes in here at Stadium MK. It's 0-0, 2-0 still to Wickham on aggregate, and McCleary tries to win his side, a throw on the near side, but the assistant just down below has given the throw to MK Dons, and Lewington's taken it quickly, and Darling will play it out from inside his own penalty area to wide on that right-hand side. Just a little too much on that pass. It's skipped off a surface that's been well watered and out the way from Kane Kessler-Hayden, and it'll be a throw on the far side for Wickham Wanderers.
Yeah, but it's excellent from Darling and Lewington there. You know, McCleary, they doubled up on him. The ball's come off McCleary. They took the quick throw in right in their own defensive third, right beside their own corner flag. Darling has 2 Wickham players come to him, little step over, and then that big wide, that's the outlet, that's the out pass, and he just overhit at that time. Kessler's there bombing on with that energy as well, so he has that quality, he has that range of pass as well, but it's important that just now, that's what they've got to do, be composed when they're getting pressed well.
Now Daniel Harvey's ball is intercepted down this left-hand side. It's well cut out that time by Jason McCarthy. And here's a chance for Wickham, just have a little bit of time on the ball as Tafazoli, the scorer of the first goal in this tie in that first leg. A really deft little header right on the edge of the 6-yard box as well. It was a terrific corner that was swung in by Joe Jacobson, who's arguably possibly got the best left foot in League One, and he's using it to good effect this time with a diagonal to the edge of the box. Folks doesn't quite win the header. Here's McCleary down the right-hand side. He's just teasing McCleary, and in the end the cross is played in. There's a little deflection. It's running out the back of the penalty area, and it has to be cleared away by Kessler-Hayden. Not very well though, and Wickham have gathered possession again, 25 yards out. They've been forced back this time though, and Scowen will go all the way back to David Stockdale, away to our left-hand side in the Wickham Wanderers goal. 5.5 minutes on the clock in this second leg of the League One playoffs. It's MK Dons 0, Wickham 0 from Stadium MK on your home of the EFL, TalkSport 2. Far side, Wickham in possession, Abita, infield he goes, managed to pick out Gate on his right foot, will chip a ball out wide to this right hand side. It was Vokes actually on that occasion, should I say, and here's McCarthy. He's got some support from McCleary, but it's blocked out down this left hand side by Daniel Harvey, and it's into touch for a throw to Wickham.
Just look at the energy that MK Dons are using to stop the cross coming in from the get-go. You know, it's so important, because obviously that's what the threat is. If they can nullify it from that starting point, they're working so hard, players coming back, the likes of Harvey and Kessler, Twine, they're all coming back, doing their bit to make sure, and that's what putting pressure on Wickham, forcing that error. Excellent, but like you say, it's impossible to maintain that for the full game, but they have to make sure that they take advantage when they're on top like this.
No surprise that we've already just seen an age taken over a throw-in. I mean, that's the other thing that you can be pretty sure that Gareth Ainsworth has told his Wickham side, you take your time over everything today, lads, don't rush.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of the game, you know, but it's up to MK Dons every opportunity that they get their hand down on it, have a vision, see, make it quick and keep that tempo of the game very, very high.
Very direct run there from Kane Kessler-Hayden diagonally into Wickham Wanderers territory. Down this left-hand side, it's Harvey. Inside the penalty area, he tries to, thinks he's been put an arm across the face. He's gone down. I mean, he's up and about, so it can't have been too bad. And the referee, Thomas Bramwell, not in the slightest been interested in that foul that Daniel Harvey was trying to claim on that occasion.
Yeah, I think the referee's spot on there. Good defending from McCarthy, isn't it? They just kind of read the run, got in front of his man and just kind of nudged him out. But like you say, it was good positioning, fantastic defending.
He's an all-pro, is McCarthy, 26 years of age now, started the last 15 games for Wickham Wanderers, and they've been on such a terrific run, unbeaten in the last 13 in all competitions. It's their best run since going back to 2016, 2017, and it was a terrific charge to get into these playoffs. Both these sides have been in fairly decent form when you think about it. MK Dons were 9th on Christmas Day, and only those back-to-back defeats against Sheffield Wednesday and Oxford really cost them automatic promotion this season. Long ball forward here for Vokes to chase, but Darling's in there very quickly, and he gets it back to Jamie Cumming, the Chelsea loanee, in the MK Dons goal, and immediately they'll have a chance to bring it forward.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. It's so important that when you come into the playoffs, you come in on form, and like you say, 12 games unbeaten, winning 8 of them, 4 draws before that first playoff game against MK Dons. That's really impressive form.
There's Twine. Out wide to this left-hand side. Parrott now on a charge towards the edge of the penalty. Parrott's opening up for him, is it? There he gets it across to Twine, who tries to get the shot away. Well blocked inside the penalty area around the penalty spot. And he's working hard again down this left-hand side to try and gather possession up again, is Twine. And he's done brilliantly. Ball given short infield this time to Coventry. Tries of shoot. He gives it to Botak. He's going to give it once more to Kessler-Hayden, and they'll look to shift to the far side.
Troy Parrott has to get the shot away there. He's done ever so well. He's gone into the D. He's opened the goal up, and he looks for Twine. He looks for the pass. Get the shot away. It's presented itself. Ask that question.
Corbano on that far side with possession for MK Dons, midway inside the Wickham Wanderers half, giving it short back to Coventry, who goes on the charge, and he's just stopped in his tracks on that occasion by Gate, and he has to go back inside to Boateng, and they'll give it back inside the MK Dons half to O'Hara, and he'll go out wide to this left-hand side where he finds Darling once more. Down here is Harvey. Harvey just skips it down the line where the run's been made by Troy Parrott. Can't keep the ball in though, and just drags it out of play, and it'll be a throw into Wickham, level with the edge of their own 6-yard box. Coming up to 10 minutes on the clock. Breathtaking opening here, but it remains MK Dons 0, Wickham 0 from Stadium MK on your home of the EFL Talk Sport 2.
Yeah, Liam Mann will be delighted with the way that his team has started. You know, again, opportunity that they've created. They've got to just make sure that they keep that intensity up. Look at this, just how long are they taking with this throw-in?
And we're only 10 minutes into the game. That's about 20 seconds they've taken over.
But they've got to take that to the officials and make sure that they take note. Always in the officials' ear. Look at the time. Look how much. Look how long it's taken for the throw-in to come back into live play.
Hidam Boateng, good skill. Keeps the ball alive on halfway. Finds Kessler-Hayden down that right-hand side, and the pace being offered up again, and out wide once more is Theo Corbano, who will look to go forward, and he and Kessler-Hayden will try to combine on that far touchline. Kessler-Hayden now goes on his own, then cuts back inside. Corbano's there, and the 1-2 doesn't come off, and a chance now for Darryl Horgan to bring it forward for Wickham, but possession immediately given back, and it's in the feet of Boateng, and he'll shuffle it out wide to that right-hand side.
Well, it's the moments like that Darryl Horgan, he's got to have a little bit more quality. They're not seeing a lot of the ball, but he's trying to play Sam Vokes, and there's so much room for error as well. He had the full half to just kind of clip it over the top of O'Hara, and he's just trying to play it along the floor. Just lift it up, beat O'Hara, then Sam Vokes has got something to run onto there.
Kessler-Hayden with a foul on a beater on the far side gives Wickham the free kick just inside their own half. Good touch earlier there by Boateng. They're taking their time once more. He's only had one start since January. That was against Oxford, Boateng, but he was an obvious choice to come in for the suspended McEachran today, who obviously got those two very well-deserved yellow cards in Thursday night's first leg. And it's going to be a free kick here for MK Dons right at the edge of their own penalty area. 11 and a half minutes played. We've got a super week of live football coming up across the TalkSport network. Plenty of playoff action, including the other League One playoff tomorrow night. That huge game between Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland. Beautifully poised. Sunderland with the advantage going into the game at Hillsborough. We've got it exclusively live on TalkSport with Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Mickey Gray tomorrow night from 7 o'clock. Then on Wednesday night it's a double header in the Premier League. Watford against Everton, live and exclusive to National Radio on TalkSport. Huge game, that one. I mean, Everton with a victory today, taking themselves out the bottom three, dumping Leeds in the bottom three, and that is Everton's game in hand as well. At the same time, Leicester against Norwich is over on TalkSport 2, and then on Friday we get into the Championship playoffs, and Luton against Huddersfield at Kenilworth Road is the first of those, and I was at Kenilworth Road yesterday, and what an atmosphere that would be. You do not want to be a visiting side going there on Friday night in the first leg of the Championship playoffs. All live, of course, across the TalkSport network throughout this week.
Well, that was 60 seconds to take a goal kick there, Adam, and I never seen one MK Dons player go to the referee.
Is that because of they're young and maybe a little bit naive, and the only experienced one is Lewington?
There's no excuse, because you can see that they're frustrated. So just keep having that chat with the referee, because he'll just put it on at the end.
Right-footed ball swung out by Darling on that far side. He finds Corbano, who's got Kessler Hayden going inside him. Corbano with the ball at feet, dancing inside the penalty area, gets to the byline, tries to get it away, and it has to be tipped round the post by Stockdale, low down to his left-hand side. And Corbano, of course, who spent the early part of the season on loan at Sheffield Wednesday, where he often played as a wing-back, he's used to getting in those positions and putting balls in.
Yeah, but he's guilty of not having enough end product for me. And there, to be fair, he had 3 opportunities for the cross to come in. The cross finally came in, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Keeper had to make the save, I have to say. So again, it is better for him. He's got energy, he's got good quality, but just cross after cross after cross. Come in, get your shot away.
Here comes the corner again, right-footed towards the near post. It's flicked on by Wickham heading the end of that near post. I think it was Scowen that got it away initially. And there's a foul there. Yep, the referee gives the challenge. And there's a little bit of pushing as Connor Coventry just tries to get the ball. He was the player that was fouled, and Gareth Ainsworth is on the touchline, and he's right in the referee's ear, and the fourth official moving along as well. And there'll be plenty of that, and you expect that from this Wickham side. They will be in the referee's ear constantly.
All the time. Yeah, it's like I say, it's part of the game, isn't it? Because the referee has so much power. If you can try and influence something, get away with something, yeah, of course. Even Gareth Ainsworth had a little swipe at the ball to just try and kick it another couple of inches away from the obviously Coventry taking the throw in there. Coventry giving it short to Darling again. MK Dons with all the pressure in this game, almost 15 minutes into it. It remains goalless. An advantage from the first leg is still Wickham's. Corbano again on the charge to the edge of the box, and he just gives the ball off to Boateng. First time ball into the penalty area. There's a chance for Twine, maybe on his left foot. Gets the shot away, and Stockdale goes down low to his left-hand side. But on this occasion, a touch isn't required because it was wide of the left-hand upright. And, well, they say he's not a number 9. He wears the number 9, and boy, does he play like one sometimes. Yeah, excellent striker play there. You know what? His back was to goal. He managed to turn, just moved that ball to the left, and he just opened that yard up. He'll be so disappointed that he's not hit the target. He hits the target. He's already beaten David Stockdale there, but they've just come in the inside of that right-hand post. He's seen him just look up to the sky afterwards because the quality that he's got. I know more of his goals this season have been from outside of the box, but great striker play in that kind of tight area there on the 18-yard line.
Another 45 seconds to take that goal kick, having moved it a couple of times, and yet not a word from the referee as yet. Here's McCleary down this right-hand side, looks to get the cross in right by the corner flag, but it's blocked out once more by Connor Coventry, and took a deflection off McCleary, and it'll be a throw in this corner for Lewington, who I think now is having a little word with the assistant to say what's going on with the time wasting. Throw taken short to Darling, no surprise. Lewington lifts it forward, up towards halfway. Tafazoli comes and meets it on the volley, high in the air, and there's Darling with a powerful header. A little touch from Twine almost did the job in setting that off to Parrott, and then Vokes is in an offside position. right in line with me actually, about 5 or 6 yards outside the penalty area, and it'll be an opportunity here for MK Dons to get the ball forward. We had 16 minutes of this second leg of this League One playoff. All of these playoffs live and of course exclusive to national radio on the Talk Sport network. Chris Llewellyn alongside me, and MK Dons will be want some payback for this early pressure, won't they?
No, definitely. You know, I think that all through the thirds, I think defensively they're ticking all the boxes. Boateng on the run now, but it's good energy. Look at the bodies, look at the white shirts in that attacking area now.
Harvey, it's good work from Boateng as well. He wriggled away from some tenacious tackling that was going on by Gay.
Another free kick. McCarthy's had a go at Harvey off the ball, so the card's got to come out. He's given the free kick. He's just having a chat.
No, it is just a tap.
Explain that to me. The ball was nowhere near Harvey. Was it just a coming together accidentally? The two of the players have just kind of
but if it's a coming together, he doesn't go and have a word with him, does he? That's the point. So he's clearly, as far as he's concerned, it's sinister, but he's not booked him for it. So Scott Twine's over that set piece as ever. In this season that he's had as obviously League One's Player of the Year, it's 33 goal involvements in total across the board. Double figures in goals and assists, of course. And here he is, right-footed, swinging that one into the danger zone. There's a little flick header, and it's just wide of Stockdale's left-hand post. It was clever on that occasion from Warren O'Hora. I think they got the final touch on it. But Stockdale, again, not needing to make the save and looked like he had it covered.
Yeah, you know what, it's a fantastic little touch as well. You know, it was bowling from Twine. It was actually Harvey. It just kind of came away from the defensive line and just knocked it goalwards, but it just went by the post. I think Stockdale had it covered, but he was scrambling.
Long punt forward this time by Stockdale, a bit quicker on the goal kick on that occasion. And here's Anthony Stewart, who had a little bit more time on the ball on Thursday night. Not had much so far in the opening 18 minutes here at Stadium MK. That ball's knocked over the top, and Lewington does very well to see that out of play. And there was a little shove on Darryl Horgan at the end as well, just for good measure. And it's a goal kick to MK Dons away to our right-hand side. 21st of May is the date that's penciled in the diaries of all four of these teams in the League One playoffs, because that's when Wembley is that venue for the day, the place that they cherish and worship on that afternoon as they look to find the promised land of the Championship and second-tier football in the English pyramid. And I think certainly in the case of Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland, they probably feel it's where they should be and deserve to be. In fact, they probably both think they should be in the Premier League, the size and stature of the club. For these two, it's a massive step forward to get themselves into the Championship, isn't it?
Yes. You know, it means so much for the area as well. Everyone involved in the club from top to bottom. So,
well, Dean Lewington is complaining, but he's complaining to the assistant rather than the referee on this near side. He is the official that is obviously closest to Dean Lewington most of the time, and that's away by O'Hora, and he gets it up towards halfway, and it's picked up nicely that time and worked by Coventry. Now away down the right-hand side, maybe with a bit more urgency this time. Parrott, he's got Carbano outside him. Now he's on the charge towards the edge of the penalty area. Carbano gets towards the byline, and he drills it into the side netting from a very tight angle. And as you were saying not minutes ago, the final ball is just lacking from him so far.
I don't think as soon as he received the ball, he's took two big touches in his stride. I just think he has to take a touch. There's three bodies in the box, three white shirts in the box, and just try and put it in with quality. I understand he's probably been told, get at your man, be direct, but he doesn't have to all the time. You know, so just have that little bit of composure, look in the box, get your head up, and he does, when he can put in a great ball, he has to do it more often.
20 minutes played on Talk Sport 2, your home of the EFL. MK Dons 0, Wickham 0 on the night. Wickham still lead 2-0 on aggregate from that first leg victory. Here's Horgan down this right-hand side. McCleary cuts inside him. Horgan's made the run inside the box. Horgan's away with a chance to shoot. Is he? Well, he does direct the shot, but Darling at the edge of the 6-yard box makes himself big and just blocks it behind for a corner.
Well, it just shows you McCleary and Horgan linking up very well. Wrong decision in my opinion. Horgan's going in. There's one body, white shirt that's facing up. Take the shot on. He's trying to find a beater. Just a little clip to the back post, but he's about 8 yards from the front post.
Here comes the corner, and it's no surprise it's a slow walk across here for Joe Jacobson. It was a left-footed corner from the right-hand side which led to the opening goal on Thursday night, and obviously MK Dons this time will be very aware of the positioning, you would feel, of Ryan Tafazoli. who is lurking once more inside that 6-yard area.
You look at the threat, Sam Vokes, Stewart.
It's a wonder with left foot as well, isn't it? Which is coming in here from Jacobson. He swung that one right towards the back post, and it was Anthony Stewart that was going to be closest to it, but again, just doesn't time his jump well enough, and it goes beyond him. Another play. Well, it's a goal kick away to our right hand side, which Jamie Cumming will take. Reminder on Monday morning, of course, tomorrow morning is Monday, Sunday night, isn't it? It's not used to doing football on a Sunday night, but Laura Woods is back tomorrow morning. The award-winning Laura Woods, of course, alongside Ali McCoist, who hopefully has recovered from Rangers' victory on Thursday night in that Europa League semi-final. Jamie O'Hara on the show tomorrow morning as well, from 8 o'clock too, and Andrew Flintoff, one of the guests tomorrow morning. So if you are up and about tomorrow and want a bit of a laugh in the morning and a bit of entertainment at breakfast time, then get Talk Sport on from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning with Laura, Ali and Jamie. Twine with a shot from the edge of the penalty area. Well blocked this time and behind for a corner. And Gareth McCleary just punching his hands at the edge of the penalty area. Clearly not happy with the defending from Wickham Wanderers.
Well, it's Twine. He's the danger man. They shouldn't be having that space. McCleary, Stewart was 3 metres away from him. McCleary's had to come back and get that block in and try and double up on him. But you can't allow Twine to have that space and from what, 20 yards, 18 yards from goal.
Here's the corner from this left-hand side. Urbano's there for a short one, but they don't choose to go to him. It just bounces through everyone. Not really putting the keeper under any pressure. It evades all and is picked up by Boateng now on that right-hand side. He'll dance towards the edge of the box. On his left foot, fancies the shot, which he drills in low and is easily blocked out from the edge of the 6-yard box. Now a possible counter here for Wickham. There's a collision there between Boateng and I think it may have been Scowen in about 10 yards outside the Wickham penalty area, and it will be a free kick to Wickham Wanderers, who've reached the midway point of the first half without suffering any damage, and they still have that 2-goal advantage. And I think the referee now just deciding to have a word with David Stockdale and say, do not keep taking so long over these kicks.
Well, that's it. Yeah, if you carry on doing what you're doing, I'm going to have to bring out the yellow card. But like you say, has it made a difference?
There he goes, Stockdale all in purple away to our left-hand side, launching that into the beautiful blue sky as a plane just takes off from nearby Luton in the distance here at Stadium MK. Here's Lewington with possession 10 yards outside the MK Dons penalty area. Bit of it quieter from Kessler Hayden in the last few minutes, and this time he tries to ping a ball forward to set Corbano away on that far side, but he can't get there, and it's back in the arms of Stockdale away to our left-hand side.
It was the right ball though, Adam. It was the right ball from Kessler Hayden. He just tried to, he's basically passed it through with the instep of his foot. He's just got to try and put the laces through it so it's more of a straight ball, or try and just fade it into the path of Corbano there. But it's kind of came round into the path of David Stockdale. But it was the right kind of option to take.
Thoughts of Chris O'Wellamy, who's alongside us here at Stadium MK this evening, a man who's twice made it through the playoffs, and as he says, there's no feeling quite like it. As a left-footed ball is played down this left-hand channel, chases on for Troy Parrott here for MK Dons. Stewart will get there first, gives it back to the very experienced David Stockdale, signed on a free from Birmingham City for Wickham Wanderers. They've made some very astute pickups, as Gareth
What a ball that is.
That's Lewington out from this left-hand side, setting Kessler Hayden away on that far touchline. Corbano is there again. He's got the ball at feet. He's taking on Jacobson, and he gets inside the penalty area on his left foot. Oh, it's just a very weak shot, and it comes out as far as on this far side. There's the header from Parrott, and it's in. Troy Parrott with a header. The cross from Boateng looked like it had evaded everyone, even Parrott, but he's somehow got up at the back post and he steered his header over the top of David Stockdale, who in a desperate attempt to claw back tried to reach it, but he had to look as it sailed over his head and into the far corner, and Troy Parrott scores for MK Dons, and it's game on in the second leg of these League One playoffs. MK Dons 1, Wickham 0, and it's 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate.
It's an excellent header, I've got to say. Hiram Boateng, what a ball that is. Seen him executed it. I've got to say, Troy Parrott, I thought he's struggling to work his feet there, but it was right on the money, and all they could do was just steer it back where it came from, really. And Stockdale just couldn't work his feet quick enough and get a hand to it. Fantastic header, and thoroughly deserved as well. Boateng for me has been outstanding. Every time it comes, no matter how tight it is around him, he takes the touch, he gets his head up, keeps possession of the ball, keeps that pressure on. You know, even the foul earlier on Scowen, you know, when they were going to have a little break, the quality coming in. And like you say, I think Coburn is effective. He's driving end product. But like you say, if he never took his little drive and had that weak shot, then it's not falling to Boateng the way it did. Excellent ball, outstanding header.
Game on now, 26 and a half minutes play.
It's 2-1, most dangerous scoreline, Adam. And this is what it's about. And you know, you think Liam Manning now will be delighted because they've started well, they've shown the character. Maybe the pressure was a little bit much in the first game, but what have we seen tonight? Listen to the fans now.
It's Ryan on a charge, picking it up on halfway, down the left-hand side towards the edge of the box, slips the ball into the penalty area where it's well controlled this time by Parrott, whose confidence is up. Parrott's still going. Parrott dances through a couple, taken down, right on the edge of the box, just to the right of the D, and this is going to be a free kick for Milton Keynes Dons.
Well, it's excellent from Parrott. I think he could have got his shot away, but he wanted another little touch. He's brought it inside, got a little bit fortunate with the ricochet, but then the foul. What's the referee's having a chat to? Is it Boateng?
He is, yeah. And whether Boateng was asking for a card or...
Well, it should have been a card, I think.
Being a little annoyed, but this free kick, it's no surprise that Scott Twine is spotting this ball literally a yard outside the penalty area, just to the right of the D. And well, what would you make of a second goal now? As we know, they've already beaten Wickham Wanderers here twice this season, but it was 1-0 in the league, it was 2-1 in the Football League Trophy. They also won at Wickham earlier in the campaign as well, so they know they can beat them, but they've only ever done it by a single goal.
See, this is when you do your homework. There's the wall jump. I just think the free kick probably a little bit too close. In a minute, another 5-6 yards further away. It's about 20 yards in it, isn't it? From at the minute?
Yeah, it's literally just outside the edge of the area, maybe a yard just to the right of the D. There's 6 in the Wickham Wanderers wall, and everyone else is inside that penalty area as well for Wickham Wanderers. Here's Twine with a free kick. Oh, what a save from Stockdale! Had to go up with his right hand and tip it over the bar. He got it up over the wall. It was heading in to the top left-hand corner that Twine was aiming for, but Stockdale with a terrific save, and it's a corner.
Well, you know what? It's an excellent free kick. Fantastic save as well. And what I will say about Stockdale, he set his wall up perfectly there. You know, because he's not had to move. It's come straight at him, but it's came with power, pace, and he's had to he can't parry that out, he can't catch it. He's had to put it over for the corner.
Some whip there from Twine.
It was fantastic whip.
And a great angle as well. Taking this corner short this time. Corbano is on the run here, on his right foot towards the edge of the penalty area. This time down the left-hand side. He's gone down to the penalty area. It's a free kick.
Right on the line.
Right on the edge of the penalty area. This time the challenge from Darryl Horgan. And it's another free kick. Well, this one could be even better for Twine because it's at a lovely angle. It's probably 2 or 3 yards inside where the penalty area is, right on the edge of the box from the left-hand angle.
Well, again, Coburn is just he's been direct. He's making things happen. I think he could have got the shot away from his right. He's done his little Cruyff turn, took it to the touch, got away from him, and then he's just knocked it away from Horgan. I'm thinking, look at the referee's putting the free kick.
I mean, that is so close. Well, you know, if there was VAR, we'd be having a look at that, wouldn't we, see if it's in the box or not. It is literally on the line at the edge of the penalty area. As I say, it's about 4 or 5 yards in from the left edge of the box, right on the line. And it's an opportunity again. He's just come close to Scott Twine. He's brought the very best out of David Stockdale moments ago, and you feel he's going to do it again here, because this is perfect for the right footer.
It is, and from the angle as well. We already know that Twine can get it up and down over the wall from this distance. But Stockdale, let's see his positioning now. Look where he is. Harry, more to the back end of the goal.
Well, he is. Harry Darling's next to him here in case they decide maybe to tee this up. Corbano's there too. I think he's just a decoy. And it is Twine right footed. He goes for the near post this time. He got it up over the wall and it's into the side netting. And a section of support obviously thought that had got in.
Look at Stockdale. He's still just lying down. I think he's actually hurt himself off the post there.
Yeah, he's gone into the stanchion behind the goal here. As David Stockdale.
That's how close it was.
Yeah, he's going to need some treatment, I think. It was into the side netting, but Scott Twine in the heart of everything here for MK Dons, and no surprise in it. What it does do, I think he's going to need some treatment. It gives both teams an opportunity to come over and listen, everyone around us is standing up here in Stadium MK as the MK Dons players come over to be getting some extra instructions at this moment in time from Liam Manning and they're getting a huge round of applause as well. So while Stockdale gets his treatment, I can tell you about some of the other stuff coming up on TalkSport 2 throughout this week. Tomorrow night, Sheffield Wednesday against Sunderland. It's 1-0 to Sunderland after the first leg. The second leg of this League One playoff semi-final. Who will be facing the winner of this game between MK Dons and Wickham Wanderers? That's on TalkSport tomorrow night from 7 o'clock with a top team, Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Mickey Gray, of course, who played for both clubs. Wednesday night, Watford against Everton is live and exclusive to national radio on TalkSport, on TalkSport 2. Another exclusive commentary with Leicester against Norwich. On Friday, it's the first of the Championship playoffs with Luton hosting Huddersfield at Kenilworth Road. And then on Saturday, it's FA Cup final day, live from Wembley, a 4:45 kickoff, Chelsea taking on Liverpool. On TalkSport 2 from 3 o'clock, it's Sheffield United against Forest. What a playoff semi-final that is as well. That's exclusively live. And then on Saturday night, I'll be up at Mansfield for the League 2 playoff between Mansfield and Northampton Town. Can the Cobblers come back from the trauma of Bristol Rovers' 7-0 win yesterday? Remember, the only place you can hear all the EFL playoff semi-finals and final are across the TalkSport network, your home of the EFL. Stockdale still in some trouble away to our left-hand side here. You're listening to MK Dons 1, Wickham 0 in the League 1 playoffs, live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's Fun Football. Search McDonald's Fun Football to find out more. Chris, you've got your eyes on this one. What is he having trouble to move? What does he look like he's done?
Well, it's one of them. I think when he came across as he clipped the post, because he was scrambling, I've got to say Twine, he's got it up and down. If it's on target, it's just sneaking into that near post. So obviously David Stockdale breaking his neck to try and get across to it. I think it was that close that he's actually collided with the post, but obviously it's a sore one for him.
Yeah, it certainly looks it.
Or he's just trying to waste time.
Well, there is that too. Who knows? Based on the opening 33 minutes of this game.
And in fairness, Lewington again, just getting into the linesman's ear, about time wasting. And you know what? Very clever way of doing it, because that information's getting relayed straight to the referee, isn't it?
Lewington with the goal kick then. 33 minutes on the clock. MK Dons have the first goal of the tie, which we always knew they needed really to get them going in this game. They trailed 2-1 on aggregate, but all the momentum with them this evening. 12 minutes to play in this first half. McCleary, rare foray forward down this right-hand side for Wickham. Into the feet of Horgan, and down this near touchline he just gets run out of play, but he'll get the throw. And I think it was Josh Scowen who actually got the yellow card for that foul on Corbano in the lead up to that free kick from Twine, which went into the side netting. Taking their time about this offensive throw here, Wickham. They are going to have a long one, you would feel. It's going to be Jason McCarthy who's going to deliver it. 5 blue shirts make their way inside the MK Dons penalty area, but plenty of white there to combat it. And it's McCarthy who is going to launch it in towards that penalty spot. In fact, looking for Vokes, who doesn't get there for the header. It's won easily by Harvey on that occasion. And now Coventry does well. Gets it back to Harvey inside the box. Harvey will clear, but there's no outlet right now because they're all back defending MK Dons, and it's picked up by Tafazolu on that far side. And he will now look to find Vokes on the diagonal at the edge of the penalty area. Lewington wins the header. Out to McCleary on this right-hand side. McCleary dancing into the box. McCleary's done well. He gets the shot away. Block. They want a handball. It was Lewington that got the block in. Referee not in the slightest bit interested.
Yeah, to be fair, it's excellent play from Cleary there, and he's just toe poked it. Has come off the hand, but like you say, I think Lewington was only a couple of metres away. It was going goalwards, and like you say, McCleary was just trying to get that shot away, but the referee was spot on there.
If we're going to get to extra time tonight, MK Dons need to win by 2 goals. Well, they've done that 11 times already this season, and 10 sides have lost the first leg and still managed to reach the final. Well, the thing is, the last of those was Yeovil back in 2012 and 2013. And as we mentioned before the game, only 3 sides have ever overturned more than a 1-goal deficit. That was Yeovil again back in 2007, the last to do that. So all the statistics, all the history goes against MK Dons tonight following that first leg. But the third place team have been promoted in the last 3 seasons. So it's a mixed bag really when it comes to history and statistics as to what's going to happen. And as we know, the reason we love football is because it is so unpredictable and it's not played on paper. 35 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go to half time here. Oh, Sam Vokes has got a lucky break. A back header's come off of Darling, broken to him again, inside the box, tries to bring the challenge from Darling, bounces up and hits Vokes' hand. He then wrestles Darling to the floor. The referee says no. Here's McCleary at the edge of the penalty area right hand side, has the ball again for Wickham Wanderers, and the run into the box by Dominic Gate. It almost found him, but now is a chance for Boateng to bring it clear for MK Dons. Dons, and on this near side is Harvey. Infield it goes. It's picked up by Coventry, and they'll look to break out from the back.
Well, I've got to say, Harry Darling there, just put your head through it at the halfway line. He's trying to flick it back to O'Hara. You know, Sam Vokes is just waiting. And it's actually came off Sam Vokes and went into the attacking channel there. As a defender, don't invite pressure onto yourself. Put your head through it. Pick up second balls in the middle third and then build from there. I know he's comfortable. I know he's a fantastic footballer, but don't give Sam Vokes a sniff in any way there. Head through it, not a little flick on, even if it's back to the keeper. Not from the halfway line.
That goal from Troy Parrott, only the 6th one conceded in the last 13 and a half games by Wickham Wanderers. Well, they've been in this terrific run at the end of the season. We talk about form going into playoffs. 28 points they took from the last 12 league games, exactly the same as Sunderland. They are the two form sides. There's no doubt about that in these playoffs, but under the cosh tonight, that's for sure. Darling out to the centre circle, out wide to this left-hand side. Lewington with the ball at his feet, slips the ball through towards the edge of the penalty area. Well, Parrott tried a trick, it didn't come off, but he's kept possession here. Inside the area he goes now, on his right foot, lovely from Parrott. Oh, he's left foot across the face of goal, through the 6-yard box, and just beyond the left-hand post of David Stockdale.
Yeah, fantastic, you know, the movement of Parrott. He did try the little kind of back heel into the path of Twine there. It didn't come off, but he was very fortunate. It's just 1-on-1 v Stewart. He takes him on, he turns him inside out, brings it onto his left foot, and he drags his shot. You know, again, he's done it a couple of times in the game already. He's trying to find that kind of back post area, just that bottom corner, and he's just a little bit dragged it to the right there. But fantastic play from Troy Parrott. Made it all himself, but he just has to hit the target.
There was 9 goals this season. 8 of them have come here at Stadium MK, and Wester home from home, on loan, of course, from Spurs, and that's pumped out and straight into touch this time by Daniel Harvey, who has apologised. I think he was trying to punt it forward towards Parrott, but it's straight into touch on the far side, and Wickham will have the throw. 7 minutes remaining in this first half, and it's MK Dons leading here on TalkSport 2 by a 1-0 against Wickham. It's 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate, of course, but it's certainly game on, and this tie is well and truly alive and kicking. Down this right hand side, here's McCarthy for Wickham Wanderers, launching a ball down into this near corner. Lewington goes across, pushes it down to the feet of Harvey, who just gets the better of McCleary with a little feint. Oh, a lovely dummy as well there, but Twine helped on by Parrott, finds Boateng. Now on the right hand side, Corbano, he's got ahead of him Kessler Hayden, and Kessler Hayden just holds that ball up on that far touchline brilliantly, gets it back again to Boateng, who's been superb in this first half for MK Dons. Here's Connor Coventry into the feet at the edge of the penalty area of Parrott. Now it's back to Coventry once more, working it down that right hand side. Corbano, couple of tricks, couple of step overs, doesn't really get him anywhere, but he's still got the ball at his feet inside the penalty area, gives that one back, and Coventry drills it across the box, and it's deflected. It's going to run out of play. Is it on this near side? But it is in the end, because it has to be punted into touch by the right boot of McCarthy, who's put that well into Rosette, and it'll be a throw right by the corner flag for MK Dons down this left hand side.
Well, I have to say, Coburn, it's effective, isn't it? He might not be going anywhere, but he's taking 2 players with him, and then he's just that little pass back. The weight of pass was excellent to Coventry. The ball comes in, and like you say, it was defended well by Tafazola there, but they're keeping the pressure on.
They are hacked clear by McCarthy again, but it really was a hack that bounces inside the centre circle, where it's picked up by Harry Darling. He's been quite superb throughout this campaign, the Players' Player of the Year here at MK Dons, Harry Darling. And now forward he goes down that right hand side. There must have been like in youth football where you can't win everything, because I'm sure Scott Twine would have won everything, but Harry Darling picked up the Players' Player. Corbano again on that far side. Oh, he's gone beyond his man to the byline, plays it across. Stockdale gets the touch at the edge of the 6-yard box, and it was almost breaking inside that penalty area to Harvey, but it didn't in the end, and they get it clear. Wickham Wanderers, who are clinging on at the moment.
Well, there you go, end product. Quality, breaks into the box, and he does the right thing with power, tries to find his man. I've got to say, it's Dominic Gate takes his touch, climbs onto him, the little, basically 6 yards from goal, just knocks it round him, gets it the other side, and then passes it out. Fantastic play from the holding midfielder there in such a tight area.
Well, ball out of play on that far side. It'll be a Wickham throw as we enter the last 4 minutes of the first half. And actually, from a neutral's perspective, 1-0 at half-time to MK Dons, you kind of go, ooh, this makes this a very interesting second half, doesn't it?
It does so.
The last thing I think anyone probably wanted, apart from Wickham fans, was an early goal for Wickham today, because that would have made it fairly challenging for MK Dons to pull back 3. That's not what's happened. The home side have got themselves in this tie. Lewington knocks that down. Oh, that's not the best, because it's fallen to a beater at the edge of the penalty area, but Hessler Hayden is in there to do some defensive work and gets it clear as far as the centre circle. Dominic Gape out wide to this right-hand side, finds McCarthy, forward to McCleary again. McCleary, the 34-year-old, looks to come in field. Instead he goes back to McCarthy, and on halfway, the ball is picked up and delivered forward by Stewart to the left-hand side, where he finds Tafazole. He's coming forward, those yellow boots, as he drives his way towards the edge of the penalty area, but in the end he's blocked halfway and goes wide to the right-hand side, where McCarthy's waiting. Here's McCleary, the man that was born in Oxford despite being eligible to play for Jamaica. And he's put that ball across, and then it's drilled back over, but it's drilled back over and straight out of play on that far touchline. And that's going to be a goal kick for MK Dons. 3 minutes remaining in the first half then. MK Dons 1, Wickham 0 from Stadium MK on your home of the EFL TalkSport 2. In terms of aggregate score, it's still 2-1 to Wickham Wanderers. And it's Harry Darling. He's just going to run with this ball out of his penalty area. He's kind of reached almost the edge of the centre circle, and still no Wickham players interested. They're all back inside their own half, led by Sam Vokes and McCleary, who are the furthest players forward. But it's back with Darling now in the centre circle, completely unchallenged. They only close it down a little through Darryl Hawken when the ball is at the feet of Boateng, who has been terrific in this opening half. For a man having only his second start since January, he's performing incredibly well. Corbano is looked for with a very long ball forward, but it's easily dealt with this time, and nicely dealt with on that far side at the edge of the penalty area by Abita. But MK Dons have it again. Lovely ball slipped in down this left-hand side. Harvey gets the ball across the face of goal. Twine is there to try and divert it goalwards. But the offside flag is up anyway, and it will be a free kick to MK Dons, to Wickham Wanderers.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic bit of play, isn't it? You know, Troy Parrott, the little one to Harvey. I thought Harvey timed his run perfectly. The way to pass him, Parrott was excellent. And then the quality of Harvey to get his head up, cut it back to Twine, who's again got away from his man, but he just opened his foot too much and hit it wide. Of course, Harvey was offside.
Yeah.
But good bit of quality, good vision, imagination.
Tim Robinson is the fourth official, and Liam Manning having a very lengthy chat with the fourth official, Tim Robinson, just down below. That lasted about a minute in total. I'm sure it's probably to do with the time wasting. It will be interesting to see how much the referee adds on at the end of this first half, because, I mean, there was the injury to Stockdale and the time wasting. It got to be at least 4 minutes, I would have thought.
I agree.
But we shall see. Here's Darling. That's a beautiful ball, and it's just going to get nodded out by Anthony Stewart. He was trying to pick out the run that was made by Twine, but that's superbly picked up by Corbano. He finds Parrott. Parrott tries the shot, and it's driven. It was flying goalwards, because we were right behind that. It was a fortunate block for Wickham Wanderers in the end. That's kept alive brilliantly that time by Harvey on this near side, but Parrott can't pick up possession, and McCleary will get it away. Up to Vokes, who does really well. He's battling here this time with O'Hara, and they've got it away with McCleary, and it's 3-on-3 here. McCleary tries to tee that one up towards the edge of the penalty area. Is there a chance for Gabe to get the shot away? Now he finds McCleary, who stabs it goalwards, but with no real intent. It was more of a cross than a shot, you feel, and it's comfortably saved by Jamie Cumming.
Yeah, well, I think McCleary was trying to find Horgan there, but it's just fantastic hold-up play from Sam Vokes. Takes it on his thigh, gets away from Lewington, and then McCleary, just the athleticism, the power, the pace. He's just got him behind, he's driving, he made the right decision. Plays it to Dominic Gape. He's got to get the shot away. He's coming on his right foot, and again takes an extra touch, finds it to McCleary, and he's trying to find Horgan. I think again McCleary should just open up, go forward, and get the shot at goal there. How many minutes?
3. They're booing because there's 3 minutes. I mean, Stockdale was down for probably 2.
Yeah.
But there we go. Dominic Gape hasn't scored a goal since October 2018.
No wonder.
He didn't even take a chance. If you want to win the lottery, you've got to buy a ticket. He wasn't interested. 4 years nearly since his goal. So
he makes up for it. That little bit of quality, defensive quality that I just seen was outstanding. So yeah, just as good.
Stockdale bowls it out down that left-hand side. We've had 30 seconds of the 3 added at the end of this first half here on TalkSport 2, where MK Dons lead Wickham by 1-0. It's a beautifully poised League One playoff. There is no doubt about that. As Stockdale launches it forward out wide on that left-hand side. That's a terrific flick-on that's been won by Jacobson, but too much on that, and it's into the arms of Jamie Cumming. He was alone, though, and got a really good header away. Now down that right-hand side, it will be brought forward by Warren O'Hora. Wearing the number 5, across field he goes. O'Hora has started all 46 league games and the playoff game as well, and ever present throughout this campaign for MK Dons, and he's been a pivotal part of tonight defensively. Lovely ball slipped through into the penalty area, trying to find the run of Parrott by Harvey, but it was well intercepted. But Harvey's got a good block in there, and Stewart will get the header away, only as far as Lewington, midway inside the Wickham half. Now down this left-hand side, maybe a chance for Daniel Harvey to make something happen. The throw-in goes the way of MK Dons, level with the edge of the penalty area. 90 seconds into the 3 minutes added at the end of the first half. And it's going to be a throw which Daniel Harvey's going to take for MK Dons. Twine has made a run down this left-hand side. Holds the ball up nicely. We're going to try and draw the foul, actually, if anything, from Scowen, who'd come across with him. But in the end, he'll just take it on Twine. Brilliant trickery. Gets towards the byline, but then Scowen will bring it clear and away for Wickham Wanderers. Up to Vokes, who does well that time. Darling this time is the one in close attendance. Well, they've given it away at the edge of the box to Corbano. Now it's a chance for Parrott. Out to Corbano again. Can he get the shot away? He does get the shot away, and Stockdale makes the save at the near post and turns it round the corner.
I tell you what, the way that they pressed together, obviously Troy Parrott and Corbano there as well, and then Troy Parrott driving it goal. I think he's going to get the shot away. The little death pass to the outside of his right to Corbano. I think he should put the shot again, first time, takes it onto his right. The angle's a little bit tighter, but he still asked that question as David Stockdale there. Good saving then.
Corner in the final 30 seconds of the 3 minutes added at the end of this first half. MK Dons already lead by 1-0 on the night. Here comes the corner from that far side, the right-hand side. It's gone low. This is something they've worked on. The dummy to Parrott, who gets the shot away from 12 yards out, and it's a whisker over the crossbar.
Well, straight off the training ground, isn't it? Darling with a little step over, Parrott then just arcing his run, and then obviously just over the top right-hand corner for us. It was nearly perfection.
Thomas Bramall blows his half-time whistle, and we're perfectly poised here. We are now 3/4 of the way through this tie, the first of the League One playoffs to be concluded tonight, and MK Dons have the advantage at half-time. The 9th goal of the season from Troy Parrott in league competition. It was a looping header over the top of David Stockdale. It's no more than they've deserved. They've hit the woodwork. They've forced Stockdale into 2 or 3 excellent saves so far, and as a neutral, we are in for some second half. Half-time at Stadium MK. MK Dons 1, Wickham 0. It means Wickham lead 2-1 on aggregate. Thank you very much, Russ. We've got the MK Dons out, but we've got no sign of Wickham Wanderers yet. Oh, here they come. The MK Dons have been out there for about 2 minutes already, full of energy and raring to go. I must say, I'm a little concerned. Christopher, I've been saying the word darling in the first half. That wasn't an invitation for you to put your arm around me as you have right now, is it?
Just be comfortable, Adam. It's okay, my friend. It's all good.
We're about to get the second half underway here. Let's run you through the two teams. I don't think there's going to be any changes. Certainly not from the MK Dons side. I wouldn't have thought after that first half. Cummings in goal. O'Hora, Darling and Lewington, the back three. Kessler, Hayden and Arby, the 2 wide players. Coventry and Boateng in the middle. Corbano's got a bit of a free role really in behind Parrott and Twine. He's often finding himself out on that right-hand side though, most of the time. There are no changes for Wickham as I look out and cast my eye around. So Stockdale's in goal. It's McCarthy, Stewart, Taffazoli and Jacobson across the back. It's Gape and Scowen in midfield, and McCleary, Horgan and Abita playing in behind Sam Vokes. Thomas Bramall, referees, waiting for the nod from the sidelines. Tim Robinson, the 4th official, will be giving him the shout that we are ready to go. I'm just checking if all of the... No, and they're not. I don't think all the Wickham players are out yet, are they? Yes, they are. We're finally ready to go. A bit of final tape being put on by Ryan Taffazoli ahead of the start of this second half, and listen to the atmosphere in here. The MK Dons desperately trying to get behind them. We're into the last 45 minutes then of this playoff tie. The second leg at Stadium MK. 1-0 to MK Dons, 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate as we stand. And now an opportunity to come forward immediately at the start of this second half for Connor Coventry. On that far side for MK Dons. On the charge towards the edge of the penalty area. Down this right-hand side, we've got Corbano. Corbano now, with the ball at his left foot, and he's teasing and trying to take on this near side. The trick getting the better of a beater. Gets the byline, cuts it across the 6-yard box, and there is nobody there. He's drilled that ball right across the line of the 6-yard area, and no one was in 5 or 6 yards of it.
It was excellent. I mean, it was excellent from him. He's got in there, end product as well, right into the danger area. Someone's got to gamble, someone's got to anticipate. I understand that it's a lot of tricks, it's a lot of step over, but you still got to be in there because that was right on the money. Fantastic, excellent play. On the other side of it as well, Sam Vokes. If I'm Sam Vokes, I'm going into the dressing room, I'm having a word with the full back line and saying, you just got to find me. I'm always going to want the ball, but just find me with quality. Don't be lashing at this, lashing at that, kicking it here, there and everywhere. They have to make sure it's quality from back to front.
I would say as well, Corbano has only made 3 starts in his last 16 games, but he's so impressive. He's on the ball again here, on that left foot of his. He's looking for support, which has come wide here from Kessler Hayden. Kessler Hayden has it on the angle of the penalty area, gives it short to Boateng. Corbano again, wide on this right-hand side, just teasing. This time he's going to have a go at Jacobson, and he's closing him down again. Jacobson, what's he going to do? He's just teasing with the ball at feet, goes back out to Kessler Hayden again, and then cuts the ball across to Coventry. Coventry out wide. Let's go. Take number 3 this time. Corbano once more. This time a beater is the player he's trying to beat. Gets on his right foot, and this time he gets a decent crossing at a good height that has to be headed clear by Josh Scowen, who is back doing the defending. And it's a throw-in taken quickly by MK Dons down this right-hand side. They're pushed back towards halfway, though, where it's picked up by Coventry, and they'll go back inside his own half. And an opportunity now for MK Dons just to hold a bit of possession inside their own half as the noise levels start to lift again here inside Stadium MK. Clear blue skies. The sun will be thinking of setting soon. And for one of these two, the sun's going to set on their hopes of getting out of League One this season. Who will it be? Wickham have the advantage from the first leg still by 2 goals to 1. But on the night, it's been all MK Dons. Corbano again. Back towards halfway, where it's picked up by Warren O'Hora. Into Darling inside the centre circle. Down the left-hand side, here's Lewington. Looks to go early, and he does, to Daniel Harvey. Harvey cuts that back inside the penalty area, but it was going towards Boateng, but it was a bit slow and probably 5 or 6 yards too far to the left of him for him to get there. But again, the pressure being applied by MK Dons as the ball's cleared away by Jason McCarthy on that far side means the Dons have possession again. Forward they come, driven shot from Kessler Hayden, takes a deflection, and it's a corner on that far side, the left of the MK Dons.
Excellent. With and without the ball, MK Dons, like you said there, the pressure, as soon as they lose possession, they're hunting it, in 2s, 3s and 4s, and making it very difficult, close in the area, and then as soon as they get possession again, they slow it down. They've got 3-4 options every time one of the MK Dons players takes his head up. He's got a pick of options, and they're using the ball very, very well. Kessler Hayden there, it was on to take the shot from distance, little deflection, could have went anywhere.
Twine's corner towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Stockdale punches, gets something on it, and it's out as far as Kessler Hayden, who immediately turns because he knows he's got 4 or 5 players ahead of him. Lovely ball slipped into Coventry. Now it's Boateng on this right-hand side. Back across, it comes to Darling, 25 yards from goal. On his left foot, Darling tries the shot. It was weak in the end and is easily blocked out by Wickham Wanderers and cleared up this left-hand side by Jacobson. Straight into touch, though. Almost found his manager, who is there as usual in the fairly tight jeans and the half-button shirt. He's got little braids put in for these games as well, hasn't he? That was a little deal I think he had with Gareth McCleary, that if they got to the playoffs he would he said he would have his hair done in dreadlocks, but he seems to have gone for the braid option instead. Just a couple of little ones tucked away inside that he'll keep until they get knocked out of the playoffs. Here's Jacobson. It's one of the reasons we joke about it, but those players run through a brick wall for him, because of the way he is.
Yeah, just like you say, he's a fantastic human being, but great manager. Manages the players well, recruits very, very well, and he gets the best out of the players because of the way that he is.
MK Dons with possession on the left-hand side. That's the far side from us, because they're playing from left to right in this second half. Here on TalkSport 2, where it's MK Dons 1, Wickham 0, 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate as things stand. Your home of the EFL, and a rarity there, a poor pass from Lewington, and he can't quite pick out Kessler Hayden on this near side, and the throw-in is Wickham Wanderers level with the edge of their own penalty area. Not too often you see that from Lewington, as we mentioned earlier, I mean, he's been here for so long now. It's absolutely frightening the time he's been at this football club. When you think back, it's I think he's played 741 of 819 potential games for MK Dons. It's an extraordinary record. I think he's 12th in the all-time list of league appearances on that basis alone. Son, of course, of Ray Lewington. Down this right-hand side, Corbano just going back inside to Coventry and then to Boateng, or looked to impose himself in the second half like he did the first. He's just gone on a decent run there towards the edge of the penalty area, but he wasn't picked out. The pitch had a really good water at half-time as well, so it's continued to zip around here as Coventry lifts that one into the penalty area, and it's gathered by Stockdale around the penalty spot.
Now, I don't understand why Coventry puts that ball in from deep as well. Corbano's obviously enjoying the game. He's having a lot of joy down that right-hand side. You know, he's coming in. What I will say, he takes an age for the cross to come in, but he is paced up with Jacobson and having the better of it. Give him the ball all the time. Let him ask that question. Jacobs has just come through the back of him there as well.
Yeah, as Corbano went down, referee said no, looked like a foul, but referee again not interested. Here's Horgan in towards the edge of the penalty area. Left-footed ball swung towards Vokes. Too much on it though. It's going to roll out of play, and that will be a goal kick for MK Dons away to our left-hand side. No team has ever got to 5 playoff semi-finals and not reached a final. It's 4 so far for MK Dons, so a big night for them. This is their 4th time in the League One playoffs as well. They really want to make things happen, that's for sure, but it's their first time since back in 2012. You mentioned it earlier, only finishing 13th last season, so a massive improvement this time round under Liam Manning. But can they go the whole hog and get that place in the Championship? Parrott out wide to the left-hand side. Here's Harvey, just teases with the first ball, waits to deliver the second and goes back to Coventry. He then has Lewington outside him. Inside he goes though, Parrott into Twine. Parrott's dancing through them all here. Parrott's still going on, what a tackle! What a wonderful tackle around the penalty spot. Joe Jacobson with the challenge, and it had to be because Parrott had wandered through them all and was 8 yards from goal and was about to pull the trigger.
Yeah, he's unstoppable, Parrott, you know, close control, a little bit fortunate with a little ricochet, but it's in his path. He's taking it by the penalty spot, and he's just picking the spot. He's opening up the goal, isn't he? Jacobson, what a timely challenge as well.
And I love that. They've both just done a high five, Jacobson and Parrott, because they both know what a tackle that was and how important that could be in the grand scheme of this tie. Cabana on that far side. He's looking for support. No, he goes on his own. Gets by. Lovely crossover. It was coming towards Boateng. Had to be headed clear, though, once more by Vokes. And it's going to be another corner on that far side for MK Dons.
Yeah, it's great pressure. Cabano as well. The end product, you know, okay, he has opportunity to bring it in a little bit earlier, but it still came in. It wasn't a bad ball at all, but MK Dons just keeping the pressure on, not allowing Wickham to come out. And this is what it takes. Wickham now, rather than just heading it clear or just put the foot through it, can they have an outlet? Can they find McCleary, who's the furthest forward man at the minute, with a little bit of quality?
Scott Twine to deliver. Right-footed, he does to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away by Vokes, who's back on defensive duty. Everyone inside that penalty area, apart from Gareth McCleary, doing the defensive work for Gareth Ainsworth's side. It's going to be a throw, which Kessler Hayden will take down this right-hand side. Corbano is creeping his way across, says he wants it on his chest, gets it on his chest, back to Kessler Hayden, who's closed down by Jacobson. Kessler Hayden still going here, really good tackle at the edge of the box.
That's not even a free kick,
from Horgan.
Shocking decision.
It is. Jacobson has gone down and the referee gives the free kick to Wickham Wanderers at the edge of the penalty area.
What am I seeing? So Kessler Hayden is taking the quick throw, Cabano off the chest into him, he takes it around his man, Jacobson gets the little touch and it gets away from him, but Kessler Hayden just touches the ball, there's no contact on the player whatsoever. Jacobson falls to the floor, the referee's at the other side, there's no contact. I don't understand what he's given the foul for.
Stockdale takes this one a little quicker. He's been instructed there by Jason McCarthy as to where that needed to go, and it was towards Sam Vokes, who tries to get in the penalty area, but again Darling is there with the interception. Here's Parrott just at the edge of the centre circle. Back to Coventry. And now on to Boateng, who strides over halfway. Out on this right-hand side is Cabano again. And he's got a chance to run now, this time at pace. Slows down a little. Couple of step-overs. Still going. Cabano! Good save by Stockdale. One-handed away to his right-hand side. But it had to be. And it's a corner for MK Dons.
Outstanding. You've got the angle. That's going right into the top left-hand corner. What a save that is from Stockdale. But great play. Cabano's just running. He's got Jacobson, Obita's breaking his neck to get back there. What he does a little ticky-tack through the two in the middle. Obita tries to get the challenge and he gets there first, takes it away from him, opens up the full goal, strikes it ever so well. What a save that is. Excellent play from Cabano down that right-hand side though.
He's 19 years of age, on loan from Wolves. Sheffield Wednesday first half of the season, here the second half of the season. Right-footed ball swung over into the 6-yard box. Darling was going in for that one, and it was a crucial header from Scowen. He's put a few of those in back on defensive duty, and he's now trying to win the ball back, and he blasts that one off of I think it was Parrott, and did well as the ball spends a bit of time in the air. It's nodded forward this time by Gape, and on the far side it's nodded into touch by Harvey, and it will be Wickham Wanderers with a throw this time, midway inside MK Dons territory. What a terrific game this is. 56 minutes gone. It's MK Dons 1, Wickham 0. It's 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate. We're live from the Stadium MK, under the lights, under the blue sky, on your home of the EFL Talk Sport 2. One of these is going to be dreaming of the blue sky above Wembley on May the 21st. At the moment, it's Wickham. Long way to go though. Down that right-hand side, Wickham try to work it. Foul on Daniel Harvey. And I mean, apart from, they weren't really shots in the first half from Wickham, were they? They've offered very little inside the opposition penalty area.
No, they had opportunities where I think it was just the wrong decision. McCleary trying to find Horgan. McCleary's had the little toe poke as well that was come off the hand of Lewington, but it's not been great quality. When they're in wide areas, I think MK Dons are working very hard without the ball, stopping those crosses from coming in, because that's where the threat. Sam Vokes, you give him the service, he is going to punish you.
O'Hora has run 70 yards there inside the penalty area. Here come MK Dons again. Tempted left-footed ball in that time was from Twine, and it's gathered by Stockdale, but O'Hora's picked that ball up from the edge of his own penalty area. He's got midway inside the Wickham half and nobody's gone near it.
Yeah, but when opportunity's there to burst forward, yeah, you have to take it on, but Wickham, at the minute, they're just defending. They're showing no real quality when they're in possession. And to be fair to them, they are working their socks off, but it has to be better, it has to be more organised.
One ball from Stockdale, found the head of Vokes, and he's just trying to angle it into the path of Jordan Obita down this left-hand side, but Obita wasn't in the right place according to Vokes.
Well, Vokes, he's fucked it onto himself on occasion because he is very much isolated, but it has to be, when he is isolated, it has to be balls up to his body or his feet with quality.
Here is Vokes helping that one onto McCleary, who just cushions his header into the path of Hiram Boateng in a white shirt for MK Dons. Lewington, left-hand side, gives it to Harvey, back inside to Darling. Midway inside his own half, right-footed ball over the top. It's a decent one as well. Parrott's after it, one bounce though and into the arms of Stockdale, who, if anyone who saw the gathering of Jordan Pickford in the Merseyside derby, Stockdale's doing that every time he gathers the simplest of balls, and it kills a few more seconds, and we are almost 14 minutes into the second half. And again, there's fury and rage because he's taking his time, and this time he bowls it out to the left. Ryan Tafazoli has it, 10 yards short of halfway. Left-footed diagonal, looking for Vokes. Vokes does get his head on the end of it, but it's just straight out of play. And MK Dons will go again from away to our left-hand side. An enthralling final 30 minutes awaits us here at Stadium MK. A reminder, the other League One playoff semi-final concludes tomorrow night, live on TalkSport from 7 o'clock. And on that occasion, it will be Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Mickey Gray who will be guiding you through that one from Hillsborough. 1-0 to Sunderland after the first leg, as tight can be. And there's a foul here on this near side that's not been seen by the assistant. Obita was basically just pushed over Cabano, and the referee didn't see it, and the assistant was right here, but play continued. I'm not sure how the assistant couldn't see it, because it was right in front of him.
Right in front of him. Abita just blatantly pushes Corberano on the back there.
Here is Darling again at the edge of the centre circle. It's getting a little bit testy and a little bit feisty. The play-on signal comes from the referee because there's a little bit of late stuff and afters being left on some of the challenges from a couple of the Wickham players. Here's Boateng to drive forward, and he does, to the feet of Twine. Twine is 35 yards from goal. He's forced back to Conor Coventry, and then on halfway, O'Hora. And now here's Kessler Hayden down this right-hand side. He's being told it's a job to go back there. Cabano by Liam Manning, and it's collected by Coventry again into the feet of Twine. Parrott's made the run over the top. It's a dink lifted ball, chipped it forward to Parrott, who couldn't get there. Chance for Harvey, helps it on to Twine inside the penalty area, but Stewart gets there first. And now it's going to be Boateng, 25 yards out, slipping a ball again to Harvey on the left hand side, cuts it back to Parrott, who tees it up, and then on the volley puts it over the crossbar.
Just some excellent play. Boateng there on that clearance, just kills it dead. The pass into Twine, little cut back again. Parrott actually lifts that himself with his first touch. I think he's got to do better with the quality that I've seen from him tonight. Great little first touch, lift up. He's got to hit it into the ground, across himself, and ask that question at Stockdale there, but he just blasted it high and wide, went for power, went for the near post, missed the target, but great play, just good possession. You know, going back to your horror into Coventry, just keeping the ball very, very well and moving it with pace as well.
Gate was the player that was down. He's up, and that's what the boos are for, because again it's all about time, and Liam Manning is constantly talking about time to the fourth official Tim Robinson down here. The players are absolutely in the ear of referee Thomas Bramall. We've almost had 17 minutes of this second half. Live on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL, and the place you'll hear all of the playoff semi-finals, all of the playoff finals, exclusive to National Radio. We are with you throughout what is a very long season, and now we're bringing you the climax. And if any of you heard the climax to League 2 yesterday afternoon, extraordinary stuff. We've got those League 2 playoffs to come as well, and of course the Championship playoffs too, which begin on Friday night with Luton against Huddersfield Town, and continue on Saturday afternoon on TalkSport 2 on Saturday afternoon. You'll hear the game between Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest, two absolute giants in the Championship going head to head. Here's Stockdale at the edge of his penalty area, again taking his time, 17 and a half minutes into the second half. Wickham on the night trailing by a goal to nil, but 2-1 ahead on aggregate. Long run forward, knocked down by Vokes this time, towards Horgan at the edge of the penalty area, and the free kick is given MK Dons way, and there's how you take a free kick quickly, but it's 5 yards too far forward, and Thomas Bramall's going to pull them back and insist they take it again, when on that occasion Twine was at halfway and may have been away. Here's Lewington for MK Dons. Midway inside his own half. They'll look to build again down this right-hand side with O'Hora. He just lays a little pass out to Corbano on this near side, who's teasing and twisting and cuts in onto his left foot, and instead he gives it short to Boateng once more. And now it's Darling, 10 yards short of halfway. Ever so impressive. Picked up from Cambridge in January of 2021, Harry Darling. It's his first playoff campaign. He's scored 2 goals in his last 4 appearances, and he is fairly handy with goals, 7 so far this season. Prior to this campaign, he'd only scored 3 in his entire career, so again the effect of Liam Manning being felt there. Corbano down this right hand side towards the byline, right, it gets a chip over. Had it gone out of play, if it had, it took a deflection off of a beater, but the assistant on this near side is adamant that it stayed in, and Stockdale did his goalkeeping duties well, and it'll be a chance for Wickham Wanderers to clear their lines. The last League One side who failed to reach the League One playoff final after winning the first leg by 2 or more goals was Nottingham Forest, can you believe? That was back in 2006-2007 when Yeovil delivered a fantastic comeback in the second leg. Here come MK Dons forward again, brilliant work once more by Daniel Harvey, but this maybe took on one player too many as he approached the Wickham Wanderers penalty area. And Wickham have some possession, which
is better though, isn't it? Jacobson into Sam Vokes there, not one round the corner to Horgan. Just kept possession of the ball rather than just clearing it anywhere and then having to defend again.
And the charge down this near side, I'm trying to get on the end of it that time, was Gate, but The final ball from McCleary wasn't the best, and it's comfortable for Jamie Cumming to let go, and I'll take that goal kick very quickly as ever. MK Dons, as again the clapping of hands starts around Stadium MK as they look to give fresh impetus to the home side as they go in search of that goal that will equalise the tie overall. At that point we'll be heading towards extra time, and then who knows, potentially penalties. A pass just got quite close there to Sam Vokes. He was a bit frustrated, it was only yards away from him. Cabano now down this right hand side. He's done really well, Cabano. That one has taken a deflection and gone out of play, and that will be a corner to MK Dons on this right hand side.
Yeah, he's causing a lot of problems. Jordan Beater's coming back and just basically just doubling up, helping Jacobson as much as he possibly can. And to be fair, he's doing a good job. That quality, like you said, deflection for the corner. The last one was a lot of deflection into the hands of Stockdale. So yeah, doing a job. But like you say, Cabano, for me, he drops too deep to receive it. I think stay high and wide. You stretch him out, so basically you're not in the eyesight, the eye line of Jacobson or Abita. But he's dropping too high, so basically he's got another 10 yards to actually go advance and try and get the ball in.
Twine's corner almost came towards Starling. McCleary will pick up the scraps on the edge of the penalty area and lay it back to Horgan. Horgan tries to find McCleary again. Scowen will get the ball down this near side, skips it away to McCleary, and the ball goes into touch. Lewington with a challenge, and it will be a throw-in for Wickham Wanderers. We're almost at the midway point of the second half, Chris. And at what point is the decision made by Liam Manning to stick or twist here? When does he decide that he's got to throw caution to the wind, or because they're in this tendency, does he just carry on?
I think he just carries on. I think in complete control. Wickham will probably come into the game a little bit the last probably 3-4 minutes, getting a little bit of possession, but I think they've been very patient. But they're dominant. They look like they're going to be the team that's going to go in and get the next goal, albeit they've taken the foot off the pedal over the last couple of minutes.
There's Abita down the left-hand side for Wickham Wanderers. To the byline. Abita gets the crossover towards the back post, but it's beyond Vokes, and it comes to Gabe, who hits the shot from the edge of the penalty area, and it's well wide of the right-hand post. First change is going to come from Wickham. We're going to see the introduction of David Wheeler. He will enter the fray, the midfielder. He's was on loan at MK Dons back in 2019, been a regular sub. His last 9 appearances have all been as substitute. He's about to get into double figures on that front, and that's going to be the first change.
Well, he made this change for Gape in the first leg, and I think Gape's been excellent. He's starting to kind of venture forward a little bit as well, but he's keeping possession of the ball, and that's important in a game like this, rather than just basically giving up possession time after time.
Here's Corbano on his left foot, tries the shot from about 25 yards, and it's way over the top of the crossbar away to our right hand side. Here's the change, and this time it's going to be Darryl Horgan, the player who departs, and David Wheeler will enter the fray for Wickham Wanderers. We're beyond the midway point of this second half. You're listening to MK Dons 1, Wickham 0 in the League 1 playoffs, live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's Fun Football. Search McDonald's Fun Football to find out more. And it's a very slow walk from Darryl Horgan, which is no great surprise. So on aggregate, Wickham still lead by 2-1, and at this moment in time are going to Wembley. And again, it couldn't actually get any slower, and Dean Lewington is in the ear of the referee. I think Liam Manning is about to say to Tim Robinson, come on, this is ridiculous. But this is no great surprise, is it?
Well, Horgan, he went to fix the socks about 3 metres before the sideline.
McCleary helps that one on, trying to find it and get on the end of it. That time was Abita, but good defensive work by Kessler Hayden down this right-hand side. And you feel there's almost time for this second wind from MK Dons as we head towards the final 20 minutes of this game. They need a goal. It's that simple. And here's Parrott. He's worked tirelessly, but can't quite keep hold of that ball, and he's snuffed out by Tafazzoli. And that's away to McCleary down that right-hand side, who's on the run, and Lewington will put it into touch on that far side. It'll be a throw-in for Wickham Wanderers, but McCleary's not looking, and as if it was ever going to be taken that quickly by Dominic Gape, or Scowen. Actually, it was Gape who was going to take the throw. They'll leave it for Jason McCarthy, who will take his time about this, which is no great surprise. And it's going to be a throw on that far side. We are into the final 20 minutes of this game. 1-0 to MK Dons, 2-1 to Wickham on aggregate. and there's a foul there, and that's going to be, well, I mean, this is quite interesting. The first incident happened where Wickham wanted a foul, and the assistant didn't seem to flag it, and the referee wasn't interested. The ball then went out of play, and 5 seconds later, the assistant suddenly started flagging. So it is a free kick on that far side for Wickham, level with the edge of the box, yard in from the far touchline.
And I have to say, they're just kind of coming into their own a little bit. Wickham, keeping possession of the ball, asking that question in the attacking third. It's been a couple of minutes since MK Dons have actually broke into their attacking third and asked any questions. So these are the moments that you've got to take advantage of. Good quality coming into the box. You've got that physical threat. You've got to ask the question. You've got to be alive to it. Go and make sure that you're the first head to make contact with this cross coming in.
Joe Jacobson will be the player to deliver it for Wickham Wanderers. A wonderful left foot. Swung over to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed up and away from the edge of the penalty area by Harvey. Out on this near side though, it comes to Stewart, who's chased down in the corner, holding the ball up, trying to incite the foul really more than anything. Abuta's there too, trying to work his way through, and in the end Boateng gets it out, and Boateng's fouled, and that's going to be a free kick for MK Dons. And there was a little afters on Connor Coventry as well when the referee had already turned away. And I think we're starting to see maybe a little bit of movement on the MK Dons bench down below. I can see some bibs being removed, so we may be about to see a change for MK Dons, the first of the game for them. And I think Connor Wickham is the player who is getting prepared to come on. He's about to put his little vest on with his monitor, and there's Corbano on this near side with the ball at feet, closed down by Abuta. He's 15 yards inside the Wickham half, goes back inside his own territory, and the search for a goal is what's going to drive this change for MK Dons, that's for sure. Far side, they're on the attack once more. Here's Coventry, good position across here, level with the edge of the 6-yard box, wins his side the corner, as a very tired Anthony Stewart puts it behind for a corner.
Yeah, to be fair, he's walked up, he's just trying to keep it in the opposite corner to try and waste time, but like I say, Coventry, excellent energy there, boss. I just feel that final little bit of quality, just get the cross in. It was a lazy one, and like you say, they've won the corner, but they've got to ask the question here and just put as much pressure on Wickham. But they're defending well. I have to say they've grown into this match the last 5-10 minutes, Wickham.
Scott Twine will deliver. There are 5 white shirts inside the penalty area, plenty more blue ones, and it's headed up in the air and half away, only as far as Darling at the edge of the box, who helps on its way. There's a calls for handball after it looked like it may have brushed the arm of, on this near side, Dominic Gape, and the assistant being surrounded by Harry Darling and Connor Coventry. And there was quite a demand for a handball, but the referee not interested, and it's Stockdale who will take the free kick.
Yeah, I don't think there was much in that whatsoever. It definitely wasn't a handball. I don't even think it hit the hand, but like you see, with the eruption here, it was the fans. It just puts the referee and the officials under a little bit of pressure. Coventry, it wasn't a foul on Jacobson either. There was no contact. It was a genuine attempt for the ball. I don't think there was any contact on Jacobson.
Folks goes up to try and win the header. Again, Darling beats him to it. On halfway, Scowen's there, and he just skips past Corbano down this left-hand side, and better. Boateng puts it into touch on this near side. Here comes Connor Wickham for MK Dons. A clap of the hand and a touch of the back from Liam Manning. We're into the last 16 and a half minutes here. MK Dons need a goal. The throw-in will be taken first, though, before Wickham is introduced to the game. McCleary at the edge of the penalty area. It didn't quite break for him. Parrott's there, and Stewart will get there first and just lump it forward. Lewington will allow it to bounce inside the penalty area, and it's gathered by coming away to our left-hand side. I think we'll look to bring it forward.
I'm trying to think who the change is going to be for here. Because Corbin was having a good game. You think it was Daniel Harvey? Keep the attacking threat on, but there's good quality coming from that left-hand side from him. Maybe Coventry, and just have Boateng as the only setup, but then you're running the risk to...
Well, the other side, Corbano can play as a wing-back, can't he? But... And it's Boateng that's coming off.
Wrong says it here.
And a standing ovation for Hiram Boateng, and no surprise. He's been excellent. The decision, I'm guessing, to sacrifice the central midfielder for another striker.
That's why I said Coventry, because I just thought Boateng, both will have been very influential. But like you say, just another attacking threat, the physicality of...
He was a free agent in January, Connor Wickham. He's only started 2 games, only scored 1 goal for MK Dons since he's been here as well. That came against Sunderland. as they always tend to against your former clubs. What can he do here for MK Dons? They need a goal. 15 minutes to find one, or they're staying in League One. Twine to the edge of the 6-yard box. Vokes is there with a powerful header clear. McCleary knocks that down. Dominic Gape has it down the right-hand side. You can hear the roars from the Wickham fans, just over 2,000 of them, that are high in the stand away to our left-hand side. And the ball comes in on that occasion to the substitute Wheeler, and he just runs it out of play, and it will be a throw to MK Dons on that far side.
It's so important that for Wickham, you know, the clearance from the corner. McCleary keeps it alive. Dominic Gape again with the energy, just driving forward and just being able to run with it, allowing Wickham to get up, but also just taking that little bit of time as well. So I've got to say, every time that MK Dons have the ball, they're a threat. You know, they play through thirds, they're patient with it, they've got options, they've got running runners now, they've got that extra attacking threat in Wickham. We go a little bit more direct, but I can't see MK Dons doing that. You know, it's going to be play. It's all about putting Wickham on there and bringing service from the wide areas.
They have possession with Lewington. Slips the ball down the side. Twine has got away from his marker. He's got Wickham in the middle. He's got Parrott coming short. He'll take the corner though on that far side, the left-hand side for MK Dons.
It's a great ball. It's a great ball. I think it was Darling that played it. And I've got to say, Twine got away from his man. It's just when he's there, he's face up. The cross has to come in, or either you cut it back onto your right and you fire it in. I just think it's a lazy one. I know he's worked his socks off, but you know, it's the last 15-20 minutes. You've got to go for it, haven't you? You've got to make sure you drive into the box. That's
Twine swings that one in. Wickham goes up for the header, but Vokes is there first, and Corbano has a left-footed shot from a tight angle on the right-hand side, and it's wide of the left-hand post. And no surprise, we have the first Wickham player to go down with maybe a bit of cramp or something, but he's going to get some treatment at this point. Now, look, I don't like to give you wrong information, and I did earlier. Talksport Breakfast tomorrow with Laura Woods. It's not Ali McCoy's. Now, we've heard from Ali since Thursday. No one's physically seen him, but Tony Cascarino is on tomorrow morning with Laura and Jamie O'Hara from 8 over on Talksport. Andrew Flintoff on the show too. They will be reflecting on all the weekend's action. That big win for Everton this afternoon, that defeat again for Leeds, of course. Man City getting the upper hand of the title race over the weekend. And as I say, Andrew Flintoff there. I'm sure we're talking about Ben Stokes and the fact that obviously Andrew Flintoff was the last all-rounder to captain the England cricket team. Stokes is taking on that role going forward. Plus, of course, they'll be looking forward to tomorrow night, Sheffield Wednesday against Sunderland, to find out who will play the winners of this game between MK Dons and Wickham Wanderers. It's live on TalkSport from 7 o'clock tomorrow night from Hillsborough. Adrian Dunn, Jim Proudfoot and Mickey Gray, who play for both sides, will be on duty. Of course, Wednesday we've got Watford against Everton. That's live and exclusive on National Radio on TalkSport with Adrian, Sam Matterface and Kevin Campbell on that one. Over on TalkSport to another exclusive commentary. Leicester against Norwich is brought up for you with Ollie Clinton, Courtney Sweetman, Kirk on commentary for that one. And then Friday night we get into the Championship playoffs. Good to see Jason McCarthy's up and about okay. And it's Luton against Huddersfield on Friday night. Saturday afternoon, Sheffield United against Forest. And that's just the meat in the sandwich of the FA Cup final, which gets underway at 4:45 on TalkSport with Chelsea taking on Liverpool. And then 7:45 next Saturday night, Mansfield against Northampton in the League 2 playoffs. If you love football, keep it to the TalkSport network across the next 7 days, because we have got some cracking games for you. We've got a cracking game here. 11 and a half minutes stand between Wickham Wanderers right now and Wembley, and that playoff final. What can MK Dons do about it? They've beaten them 3 times this season. Every time it has been by a single goal, but Wickham's 2-goal win on Thursday night has got them in the ascendancy as we enter the last 11 minutes. That goal from Troy Parrott feels a long time ago. Can MK Dons just muster one final charge to take us potentially into extra time and penalties? They have possession down the right-hand side. Corbano. Crowd really need to get behind him. Oh, all right, no. Now, Abita has completely blocked the run there of Corbano on this near side after the ball was played through by Kessler Hayden, but the referee not interested, and it's going to be a throw-in. And it'll be Wickham Wanderers on this near touchdown.
Well, Thomas Bramwell, the referee, has got that one wrong. You know, Corbano,
he's not the only one he's got wrong.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's important. You know, it's important that as official at this side, they see that. It's a blatant foul. You know, Abita, both hands up. obstructing Corbino there, of advancing. But it's just, again, it kills the game. You know, Abita's done his job. He'd probably take a yellow card at this moment in time just to kind of take one for the team and slow it down. But the referee's got to be on the money with these decisions.
The most amount of noise is coming from those Wickham fans in the upper tier away to our left-hand side right now. As forward comes O'Hora towards the edge of the penalty area. But again, he was lacking the options and movement that he wanted. So he goes back to Lewington.
He's got Wickham in the box. Surely he can put the cross in, just pop it in.
Well, Parrott's almost been caught in possession there on halfway, but he's done well because he's run the ball back, and now he's driving at the heart of this Wickham defence. Out wide on that left-hand side, looking for support inside the penalty area, trying to work his way through. That time was Wickham, but the ball was caught under his feet and he's blocked in his pathway. Here's Lewington. There's space out on this right-hand side and room to play with. Here's Twine on his right foot, looking to cut towards the edge of the box. Gives it to Coventry. Coventry then will lift it out to that left-hand touchline. Harvey's there. Lifts the ball into the penalty area for Wickham. Comes down in the box, driven by Twine. There's appeals for handball, and he says no. The referee says no. Connor Wickham says it's a handball, as does everyone around. Stockdale's gathered the ball. Chris Wellamy says it's a handball.
It doesn't hit the hand, it's going on target. Well, we can see it. The official's right in front of us.
Well, he's not seen anything that's right in front of him all night. Long ball punted forward by Stockdale.
The one thing I will say...
Oh, here's Vokes with a chance. Vokes, can he go around the keeper? Vokes, can he get the shot away? Oh, the keeper's blocked him out. He's pushed him wide. Brilliant from Cumming. Did what he needed to do. Vokes had an opportunity there to really seal the game for Wickham. But now it's out wide on his left-hand side. And it's picked up by Scowen, who's got the ball right-footed. Swings it out to the far touchline where McCleary's waiting. This game is on an absolute knife edge. Down the right-hand side, here comes McCarthy for Wickham Wanderers towards the edge of the penalty area. McCleary's there. McCarthy's gone on ahead of him. McCleary just standing on the ball at his feet, nothing happening. Kills a few more crucial seconds as we enter the last 8 minutes of this game. And Wickham still in the ascendancy. They lead 2-1 on aggregate. They're a goal down on the night, but that's irrelevant. That 2-goal advantage they brought with them from Adams Park could be enough to see them through. It will be enough as things stand.
Big opportunity there for Sam Vokes, wasn't it? He got in behind. You can't let the ball bounce. He's got in behind. He got there first. He knew he was going to get there first. I thought he was just going to have a little toe poke and put to either side of coming there.
Well, it's cheeky from McCarthy. He was going to take the throw quickly, then decided he'd go for a longer one, and then in the end went for a short one. He's now got the ball at feet, tries to cut inside, and he's run the ball out of play. Oh, and there's a race to try and get the ball. McCarthy tried to get to it first. The assistants stepped in immediately. It's going to be a goal kick anyway, so I'm not sure why McCarthy was after it, and he's got himself a yellow card for his attempts at time wasting.
Yeah, and he has wasted a little bit of time, but here come MK Dons, the horror.
Parrott, ball at feet, loses control of it. Vokes comes deep to collect, and it's with Gate. It goes back to Stewart. Stockdale, edge of his 6-yard box. Wickham's got to close him down. There's no option there, and he does. Stockdale then has to hurry. Finds Vokes on halfway. Slips the ball out wide to that right-hand side towards McCarthy, who is not going to get there, much to the amusement of the home support, as he slides towards the advertising hoardings, and it's going to be a throw-in on that far side.
Well, Sam Vokes can't do anything else there. You know, McCarthy has to be on his front foot. It's a great first touch from Sam Vokes. Second one, he's fired it right across the halfway line. McCarthy's got to be on his front foot and taking it, advancing into the MK Dons half.
Right back Jack Grimmer is coming on for Wickham, and Dan Kemp is going to come on, I think, for MK Dons. Another couple of changes. Here's Corbano down this right hand side. He's done really well, but again he's got to the byline and just tried to chip it and follow it in, but too much on it. Here's Coventry. Here's Kessler Hayden. Lovely ball into the box. Wickham with a header! Free header over the crossbar. What a chance.
Massive chance. He watched it all the way. He got the run on Stewart. Kessler Hayden, excellent ball in. Knew exactly what the goal was. Generated the power, just not on target. Massive opportunity.
Kane at Kessler Hayden is departing. Dan Kemp is coming on for MK Dons. 5.5 minutes remaining in this game. Kemp, another midfielder, of course. All his appearances this campaign as substitute. He was only picked up from Leyton Orient in January. He's giving some instructions here as well. And they're all just taking opportunities to get some gel on, because we've got a problem on that far side. And there's the other change, and that's in McCarthy come off. And as we say, Jack Grimmer has come on at right back in the change for Wickham Wanderers. Reminder, we're off to America, Wells Fargo to be precise, for some golf far outside Washington, I believe, and that's on the way once we're done here. Will we need extra time or penalties? As things stand, Big Fat knows the answer to that question, because Wickham, a 2-goal lead from the first leg, they lead 2-1 on aggregate, and I think there's going to be another change here as well. Well, I think they're looking at this potential change because of the issue that Daniel Harvey's got, and I think we may be seeing Tanai Watson, who's going to enter the fray as well, for MK Dons. We'll see how Harvey gets on that far side. Not good to have a break in play this long, though, when you're about to enter the final 5 minutes.
No, it's not. Wickham will be absolutely delighted. Yeah, it is Harvey.
Yeah. Harvey is going off, and Tanai Watson will come on, and that's the final change for the MK Dons. 4 minutes. Well, there's got to be at least 6 minutes of stoppage time.
I agree.
You agreed in the first half, and it was less.
It wasn't far off. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
6 minutes, I think you'd be there or thereabouts.
6 feels about right, doesn't it? At least. Here's Stockdale launching it forward for Wickham Wanderers. Vokes wins it, flicks it on towards McCleary. Lewington's there, does incredibly well, the 37-year-old. There's a foul, and that'll be a free kick. And it's Harry Darling who gets up, and the immediate foul was made that time by David Wheeler. And then Vokes tries to stop the free kick being taken, and all the tricks are out. The magic is out. As down that left-hand side, charging forward towards the edge of the penalty area. They're trying to find Wickham. Breaks at the edge of the box, trying to get the shot away. It's Twine, and it's a beautiful block by the face of Anthony Stewart at the edge of the 6-yard box. It was Twine worked it onto his left foot, tried to get the shot away. Here they come down the left-hand side. Substitute Watson, his first touch on that far side, right by the corner flag. He's kept the ball in brilliantly for MK Dons, but in the end it's been poked back as far as Darling, just inside the Wickham Wanderers half. Twine will lay that ball off, where it's controlled by O'Hora. And now down this right-hand side, Darling will bring the ball. O'Hora's there. Corbano on this near touchline, looking to cut inside. He's going all the way down there on the right, tries to get the crossover, tries to get it at the second attempt. Surely he was held back. Referee says no. O'Hora gets it in, headed away by Stewart once more. Only as far as Lewington. Lewington back to Darling. Everything is condensed around the edge of this Wickham penalty area. Down this right-hand side, an opportunity to get forward for Kemp. Kemp, Corbano, they combine down this near touchline, and it's crunched into touch by a tired-looking Josh Scowen on this near side. 2 minutes to go of normal time. Kemp makes a run for Corbano. Is just taking his time over the throw, but we feel that time is of the essence here as the MK Don support just raise their voices once more. Here's Wickham. Wickham towards the byline. Just about keeps it in. Cuts it back across everyone. And Stewart, he's been caught late here, and the free kick has been given just outside the penalty area. Again, it was a moment where the assistant took his time to give the decision, and it's a yellow card for Joe Jacobson.
Right, Conor Wickham, fantastic play as well. Takes a slow one there. Talk to me about his ball. That's one right across the 6-yard box as well. Surely,
and no one's there.
Surely someone's got to be there when he's actually got the run on Jacobson. So again, we know the quality that's going to be coming in this wide area.
Well, Twine is there. Corbano's there. I think Corbano's going to be told to go away. And Twine is going to... I mean, it's a yard outside the penalty area and half a yard from the touchline. On the right-hand side of the box, you've got Lewington and Kemp are the only two players, or Kemp's gone in the box, in fact. Sure. Lewington and Coventry, and no one's on the keeper.
No one's on the keeper. It's right on the line, basically.
Twine is going to drive this across, you feel. He does, low, and it's diverted behind, and that's going to be a corner. And no wonder he's holding his head. I think it's Darling that got the shot away and feels he perhaps could have done better. It's been taken short. Corbano on the charge inside the box. Corbano dances his way to the byline. Really good challenge. That's going to be another corner on this right-hand side. We're in the last 30 seconds of normal time. We'll see how much is to be added. Tim Robinson has the board ready. Away to our left-hand side. MK Dons need a goal. Live here on TalkSport 2. They are 1-0 up on the night. They are 2-1 down on aggregate to Wickham Wanderers. And, well, we're getting some... Well, Jacobson needs to be careful here because he's just been booked. He's just gone down to the ground, I think, claiming that Conor Wickham has flattened him. But if he's not careful, he may well get booked for a second time. And the referee, Thomas Cramer, will call him over and speak to him and say, I think he's just said one more, and he's now going to talk to Conor Wickham. There's 5 minutes being added at the end of this game. Here comes the corner, Twine to deliver down this right-hand side. Lots of movement in the box. Twine gets it over and it's headed out, and that's a terrific header out that time by the substitute David Wheeler.
He had to make contact. A great ball. The deliveries from Twine have been
I'm surprised Cummings not come yet. I know we're just into added time, but the goalkeeper is up to halfway. As right-footed Twine gets it across again at the near post. It's away by Scowen. It's back in by Cabano, but not very far. Watson tries to get there. Now Kemp jogging it. There's a foul right at the edge of the penalty area, right on the edge of the D. Kemp's taken one, I think, from a high boot. Cabano just shakes his hand.
I knew he was going to take one as well there. Fair play to Kemp there. Just got his head in and took a boot to the face.
The free kick is right on the edge of the D. We've had a minute of the 5 that have been added. We are really in the last chance saloon here for MK Dons. Now Twine's been clever here. He's moved it back a little bit away from where the referee originally marked to give himself a little more room.
He's found that valve as well.
Yep, and it's right level with the edge of the D on the right-hand side. Cabano again is discussing with him, but I'm feeling Twine knows what he's going to try and do. He's the League One Player of the Year. He has scored 20 goals for MK Dons this season. A 21st right now will lift the roof of Stadium MK. And Darling has gone and stood in front of the goalkeeper, Stockdale. He's desperately trying to put him off there. Let's hope it doesn't hit him. And now he steps away, and Stockdale's now shouting at his wall and trying to move players around. Twine with this free kick. It's 20 yards out. Twine on the right foot, and he's got too much on it. Not enough dip, and it's over the top of Stockdale's crossbar. And we are 2 minutes into the 5 added at the end of this game.
Yeah, you can see as soon as Twine let that one go, he knew he hadn't connected properly. Not enough power on the shot, no accuracy there whatsoever. Just never made the right connection.
6th playoff campaign for Wickham Wanderers. It's the finals, or they've reached the finals the last 2 times. Are they about to make it 3? Well, they're 2.5 minutes away from doing so. Stockdale, long clearance. Vokes gets the flick on. Abita's going to put some pressure on. I thought he may have actually put too much pressure on O'Hora there, but the referee says no. Wheeler wins the first header. Vokes wins the second, midway inside the MK Dons half. And now Lewington with a chance to switch play to the far side. Tenai Watson has it on that far side, just over halfway. He's got 3 blue shirts tearing after him, and he's forced backwards. And he finds Lewington on halfway. Almost had 3 minutes of added time. All the space is on this right-hand side. Coventry comes forward. Twine has it. Cabano is out here on the right. Twine is going to cut inside. Oh, he just slips over as he tries to go infield. And now it's going to be brought clear by Jacobson on this near side. And he puts it into touch, does he? Well, it's gone up the line. It looked like it went out, but the referee says no. And Harry Darling's there, and he will turn and play the ball infield to Coventry, who then will switch it to the left-hand side to Lewington. 3 minutes of the 5 that have been added have been played. Inside the final 2 minutes on TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL. MK Dons 1, Wickham 0. 2-1 it is to Wickham on aggregate. Corbano down this right-hand side on the charge. Abita's back defending on his left foot. He's got to cross it now. Doesn't. Goes again on his right foot. Now he crosses it. Edge of the 6-yard box. Easily dealt with by Jacobson. And then away by Josh Scowen. Into touch on this near side. 75 seconds of time added on remaining. Gareth Ainsworth goes to Tim Robinson and says, how much longer? Well, it's just over 60 seconds. Down this right-hand side, here's Coventry. MK Dons piling players forward. Cabano on this near side. Here he goes again, teasing, pressing on his left foot inside the box. Lifts that one over, but he's lifted it straight onto the head that time of David Wheeler, who gets it away. Now there's Coventry, volleys it. Jacobson blocks it at the edge of the box. Twine out wide to the left-hand side. Cutting in once more is Parrott. Parrott gets the shot away. Great save. Stockdale at the near post. It was heading into the far corner, and Stockdale makes the stop, and it'll be a throw on the far side to the MK Dons. Final 30 seconds. That could have been the moment. It was Troy Parrott again. Far side, it's Wickham. Lays it down. Watson tries to break through, and it's a throw for Wickham Wanderers. In the last 30 seconds of added time. They will take their time about this, and no surprise, we got players going down inside the penalty area in need probably of a stretch of the legs. So this may well add some more drama on here, because the 5 minutes are just about up. And Gareth Ainsworth is right next to Tim Robinson. He's almost in the dugout area and the technical area, the MK Dons here. No surprise, Abita is now up and about. Throw on the far side. We've had the 5 minutes of added time. It can only be a matter of seconds. Thomas Bramo's just checked his watch to see how long is to go. On that far side, the throw taken and forward by Grimmer up towards halfway. MK Dons, is there a final chance in it for them? Possibly here as they try and break. Cabano on this near side is Clatter, but he's driving forward. Right-footed, swings over towards Wickham, headed away brilliantly at the back post. The whistle is in the referee's lips, and there he goes, and it's Wickham Wanderers who've booked a place at Wembley. The Chairboys are there once more. A 6th playoff campaign and a 3rd playoff final awaits for Gareth Ainsworth and his boys as they look to bounce straight back to the championship. It's heartbreak for a 5th time for the MK Dons. No one's ever suffered before like they have in the playoffs. The first time in them in League One for 10 years, and they faltered at the final hurdle. They were brilliant on the night. They got the 1-0 win. The 4th time this season. They've beaten Wickham by 1-0, but that 2-0 win at Adams Park on Thursday night was enough for the Chairboys. It was enough for Wickham Wanderers, and Gareth Ainsworth will be taking his side to Wembley on Saturday, May the 21st. It's heartbreak for the MK Dons, but the dream is still alive for Wickham Wanderers. They may have finished 6th, but they're in the playoff final. Full time here at Stadium MK. It's finished on the night. MK Dons 1, Wickham Wanderers 0, but on aggregate it finishes 2-1 to the Chairboys, who are off to Wembley.